Hey, what's up, good people? As you can see, I got guests here today. We're going to chop it up and go right into it. My name is Larry Jones. This is Stock Up with Larry Jones, and I got my man who graced the table, special guest, Chris Sain. Chris Sain, look into that camera and say hello to the people.
What's up, man? You already know. I'm happy to be here. I drove a couple hours to come holler at Unc. We're going to have an awesome time today, but more importantly, we're going to have a phenomenal time tomorrow, man. So I want to say major salute to those of you guys that did your thing this week. If you made money and you watching this video, let us know down in the comments below. Larry already showed me his portfolio, so he got busy in Uber, but I know you guys did as well. So listen, man, we're going to have a great time today. We're going to just have a little fun unpacking the week it was and some of the things that took place in the market today. So stay tuned and keep it locked.
Like that. I like that. Yes, sir. Let me pull this mic up a little bit. I want the people to hear everything you said. That camera kind of drifted a little bit, but we going to keep it going. So listen, good people, like he said, Uber, did you watch not Uber, but Tesla?
I watched the Robo-Taxi event, and
what you think?
Elon left a lot to be desired, but you cannot deny what he's doing and the robots as well as the Robo-Taxi. I think it looked sweet. His presentation was nice. I just think in terms of offering more, knowing that this has been in the pipeline for so long, I think the people would just want a little more information on when it's going to be ready and some of the things that was left to be desired. So nevertheless, production going to start in 2027. It is what it is. Obviously, we wanted to start sooner. The stock sold off today. Hit my target of 215 on the sell-off. Guys, this was a buy the rumor, sell the news ordeal, okay? And typically, just so you guys know for future preferences, when Tesla has an event coming, the stock is going to run up leading up into the event. But typically, Wall Street likes to use the event. Even if Elon would have said everything they wanted to hear, they still was going to sell the stock off. And so historically, that's what happens when they have an event. So just keep that in mind if you're looking to make any moves off of that kind of thing, because it's just been a consistent thing with Tesla no matter what they roll out. Okay, so again, know that comes with the territory, but 215 was a target to the downside that sell-off took the price to. So look for that level as a potential buy zone for long calls back to the upside when it's time to go back to the upside.
My man, I agree 100%. It was light on information. It was razzle, dazzle, light on information. I like that.
A lot of style, little substance.
Little substance, and I thought he would dig deeper in how much the cost per mile to transport, the robo-taxis, right?
Yep.
And then he gave these big, the robots look like something of the future. It was scary.
It was.
But then you go it may be 20, 30,000. Well, that's a $10,000 gap.
That is.
You know what I'm saying?
That is.
So he was light on substance, right? And exactly when. He named the two major cities. But it didn't, and then it was over.
And then it was over.
It was just like, boom. Now, then you see the robot serving drinks and dancing and all of this, but it was light on substance, right? And so the stock did what I thought it might do, so I did a hedge by going, boom,
there you go.
to
there
Uber.
You go.
For those of you that participated, I told you guys about it here, and I told the people in the Patreon first. I'm going to show something about hedging, right? So I usually just crop some of this stuff out, but as you can see at the bottom, I did a what do they call it? A lottery call. So I did a lottery call, right?
A YOLO play.
A YOLO play, right? You see that one option, right? But and I was listening to the other guys, and I said, I'll just try it, right?
Yep.
But to cover myself, I went to Uber, and I went to Uber with 2 plays, as you see, and I more than gained my losses. You see the 2 Uber plays at the top. I shared the $80 one with the Patreon, but I went into the $82.50 late, just before closing bell. It was too risky, and I didn't want them to assume that risk, but I did, right? And it paid off, as you could see. So we didn't know. Like you said, it was a buy the rumor, sell the news, maybe. But on the other hand, had he knocked it out of the park, Uber would have probably tanked.
They would have
It would
plummeted.
have plummeted.
I think it's important for our viewers to know like the correlation between certain stocks. So Uber and Tesla, when you're into the robo-taxi space, that's essentially what Uber already does. So
Right.
the reason why Larry hedged, because if Tesla was going to sell off, Uber was going to go up.
Yes.
Okay. And so again, you always want to know, if this, then that. What stock is tied to each other in an inverse way, where you can say, you know what, if this stock goes down. So for instance, here's me giving you guys one. Everybody put Lockheed Martin
Yes.
on your Rolodex for
Absolutely.
me. Okay. So for example, when war happens, if Russia, Ukraine intensifies their beef with each other, if you see China and somebody get into it, you need to know that Lockheed Martin will be the beneficiary of price action going to the upside. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So today, Uber was the beneficiary of Elon not giving us more substance in his presentation.
Tell them what Lockheed Martin do.
Lockheed Martin, guys, they provide the defense, the missiles, all the war equipment needed to go to war.
Yes.
Lockheed Martin is behind the manufacturing of making those products and making sure that we can actually defend ourselves
Right.
and things of that nature. So again, they are beneficiaries when it's time to have discord across nations. They are one of the ones that you want to make sure is part of the mix, because they would do what Uber did today,
Right.
whenever those tensions intensify.
So I got a few notes I was going to talk about, and one was the Dow and the S&P both hit
Record highs.
again, all-time highs again. They didn't get the note that it was Friday.
Nope,
right?
they didn't.
They just didn't get it. Banks are reporting they're all doing well.
Yep.
Actually, the banks are. BlackRock, the largest money management in the world. They manage more money than anybody in the world.
Yep.
Are now managing 11.5 trillion with a T. BlackRock also owns all of the major Bitcoin mining companies.
Yes.
Right? And for those of us that think that Bitcoin is a scam, 11.
Larry Fink and BlackRock went on it if it was.
Exactly. And just the fact of them owning it makes it legit.
It gives it credibility. It
Yeah.
gives it credibility. Yeah, guys, listen, the S&P, Unc talked about it, closed at a record high above 5,800. Make a note of this, guys. We're going to have some volatility, but don't rule out 6,000 on the S&P 500, okay? And so today was significant for a variety of reasons. The Dow made new all-time highs. The S&P closed above 5,800, new all-time highs. Guys, these are things you want to make note of, because guess what? Now that we're going to play around at the 5,800 level, that puts 59 on the table, and that puts 6,000 on the table. So be ready, guys. When markets go higher, usually the momentum carries, especially after an election is done, into year end. So be thinking strategically, put your 50,000 foot view on so that you can take advantages of these life-changing moves if you're in it. All
Yes.
right.
Yep. Hey, I want to take a break right here and talk about what my man is here for. Good people. My man came all the way to hang out with old boy Uncle Larry.
Yes, sir.
You remember that movie? Y'all want to hang with old Eddie Kane? So we are going to do this Money and Music 2024 tomorrow, all right? It's going to be in Maryville, Indiana, which is a suburb of Chicago. Come on. You guys see him right there. He pointing at you,
Yes,
Chris
sir.
Sain.
Be here.
Myself, Stocks with Josh, and we got a band, right? Just hit that and let it roll. Just let it roll through. It didn't roll through for me just because I hit it. All right. But all right, good people. And then also too, the links will be below. Make sure you check out Stock Up You. Come and learn. All right. Come learn and earn from the best in the game. All right. Then so let's look at how we close today. Look at that. Look at all that green. The Dow. Let me blow this up a little bit. Sorry about that. because I know they like me. They like, could you blow that up, bro? All right, so the Dow is up. The NASDAQ was, I call that flat. S&P.
That was due to
Yep.
Tesla. The
Tesla,
Tesla
thank
is
you.
what made it a laggard. But like Unc said, look
Yep.
at the S&P 500, look at the Russell, look at the Dow, okay? And you guys want to make note of those things and know the catalyst as to why the NASDAQ wasn't up higher. And that's only because the robotaxi event was a sell the news event
Right.
for Tesla, which brought down the NASDAQ.
That's it. So Tesla did bring the NASDAQ down, right? And so we have to, and I know a lot of people are like, oh, Elon is the best. He's the smartest. He's the, listen, I said this and I caught some flack. I caught some flack from some of the people out there, the good people out there. And it was like, you don't understand. He's a genius. He's a genius. That don't mean nothing when it comes to stockholders, right? And it doesn't mean anything when it comes to the stock, the price of the stock. Is that company making money, right? Are they squeezing it? Look, they have to make margins. The PE has to make sense, right? And they have to have earnings. And then if it's cars, they got to have deliveries. You got to have all of these things that have to be correct. Month over month, right? Quarter over quarter. So there's a lot of things, not just smart. Now, I like Elon when he's doing his job. But when he's out there trying to play politics and he's going off on this one, he's trying to dance, he's trying to sing, he's trying to do all of this stuff. These are distractions. And for us shareholders, we just want him to focus on Tesla and everything under its umbrella. What do you got to say about that?
Absolutely. And then you guys got to remember on top of that, Elon is a genius.
Yes.
We going to not take nothing away from that. But he has been talking about self-driving vehicles for 10 years now, since 2014, 2017. And so at some point you want to deliver on the promise versus continuously pushing back the production date or not sticking to the timelines that you laid out, in which why the people invested anyway. Shareholders want results, okay? And so yes, he's worth the wait. He's worth sticking it out. But it's only so many times where that luck will eventually run out, where you promise something and you don't deliver.
The boy who cried wolf.
Yep.
Yeah, he's right. You can only promise it so long and keep kicking that can down the road. But I'm still hanging with Tesla, man.
Yeah,
Long term.
I
I still got a gang of Tesla.
Tesla is a money maker. I've made millions of dollars with Tesla. So these are buying opportunities, guys. Nevertheless, whether it takes 2027 or 2037, it's coming.
Yeah.
And so you use these events as buying opportunities, getting in at a lower price, reducing your average cost for those of you that may have got this at a higher price, okay? Because ultimately, when it all come together, guess what? Tesla gonna take off like it always does. And so that's something you can take to the bank, but you got to be patient. You can't have a short time horizon on these things, because the things that he is doing, it does take time. There are life-changing events, creations, and inventions that he's coming up with. And so, again, add a little bit of grace onto it as well in terms of your timeline.
I appreciate that, man. Listen, we're gonna end it right there. We just wanted to come on and say hello. I know it's late for me. I usually post earlier. You post later. I post earlier.
Yep.
So, which is really cool because I'm able to watch yours after I watch mine. Say, good people, if you're close, hey, make sure you click the link on this one. I'm gonna make it the top link. Okay, music and money. Should I say money and music? My man Chris Sain coming here.
Yes, sir.
Giving his time, and he's just going to literally pour into you guys. Stocks with Josh and myself. We're going to entertain you with some great live music. And listen, this is going to be an annual event. But hey, make sure you click the link. What were you going to say?
No, I love it. I love that. I love Unc's vision, guys. One of the few content creators that is about collaboration. And when you guys see, this is a man of many talents, of many gifts. And when you see what he's putting together tomorrow, which we hope to see you all there, but to know that he's going to do this annually, and you guys can just see the vision that God has bestowed within him, you're gonna see some of his ideas come to light. Tomorrow we got something special in store, and we can't wait to see you guys.
That is awesome.
They don't
man.
even know, Larry.
But they're gonna find
They
out.
gonna find out.
Listen, good people, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell. A lot of people don't know that every time you have an update on your phone, that sometimes it'll unsubscribe, or you don't get your notifications is what it is.
Okay.
It turns notifications off. So make sure you guys, for Chris Sain and myself and all of your favorite YouTubers, make sure that you initialize that, okay? All right, good people, we'll see you tomorrow. Be there or be square. Peace.